Morning, everybody. We are out here on a little creek just south of Lakeland. If you know the Polk County area, you know where I'm at. Josh is putting his truck away and I'm sitting here on the water waiting on him. We're gonna head off to a spot and try and catch some fish today. I'm planning on slowing my summer routine down. Lately, I've been trying to do moving baits still, and as I'm learning this, I'm learning that that's not the deal. So I'm gonna put the swim baits and the chatter baits and the swim jigs and the all the fun stuff down, and I'm gonna switch over to a little slower draggy method, and we're gonna try out some tips that were given to us earlier in the week. Gonna try a Magnum trick worm, gonna try some lizards, old school, and we'll see how that goes for us. So we're about to take off here, head down this river or creek, and then to our fishing spot. We'll see how it goes. So we've broken out of the creek and onto the main lake. We're headed to our fishing spot now, probably a little bit more traveling to go. I would say probably about 30 minutes or so. But it is really, really cool out here. Going down the creek was a lot of rural Florida, and fish, bugs popping everywhere, birds and stuff. We saw a gator right toward the end of the creek. So it was really, really cool. Josh is a little bit ahead of me now because he's a little bit lighter, and that thing goes for him. It's a little bit slow for me, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we should be to our fishing spot soon, and I'll update you as we get closer. So you ever been on a road trip with your kids and they ask the dreaded question, "Are we there yet?" That's how I feel myself right now. We're almost to the bridge that we have to go under in order to get to our fishing area, but holy cow, this has been a long trip. Josh is pretty decent ways ahead of me now, and I don't have a radio, so we haven't really been able to talk back and forth all that well. So it's kind of lonely, and I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, wondering, are we there yet? All right, y'all, so we are coming up on the bridge now. We are about to our fishing area. I am so excited to put a line in the water. Right now, we got bluebird clear skies. Sun is just starting to come up and get bright and bless us with its heat. And we are gonna start off with a white poppin' frog and go from there. We'll see how she goes. So here's that bridge we were just talking about. Just crossed under. We had to put our rods up, bring them down, and I just got them put back up, and now we're gonna get to fishing. This place looks amazing, so hopefully we can get into some today. Y'all, I made a mistake. I started fishing and I wasn't ready. That's better. Now the fish know I'm serious. All right, y'all, we've been at it for a little bit here. Fish are popping like crazy. I think it's a lot of catfish. I hear them kind of slurping when they hit the top of the water. But it's really, really active. Just a matter of finding the bass and too what they want to eat. So I've been dragging and popping a frog around and haven't really had anything. I swam a little swim bait for a little bit and nothing. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm about to put the trolling motor on low speed, kick the pedals out, and I'm gonna troll around here and cover water with a chatterbait, see if I can get something to eat, and then once we locate them, we'll try and pick them apart. So wish me luck. Still no fish for me this morning. Josh got one, but I had this little swamp puppy come up and say hello to me. He doesn't seem to be scared at all. He's just chilling. Keeps dipping back under the water to cool himself off, and then comes back up and checks me out. Pretty cool stuff. One of the joys of fishing in Florida. Be a lot more scary if this guy was quite a few feet longer. He's probably only about 3 feet or so. Pretty cool little guy. All right, we're gonna take those things off because apparently the fish thought we were too serious. So they didn't want to play at all. It is what it is though. Great day on the water. Josh wound up with one. I got the skunk for the first time in a long time. I didn't sit here and make excuses and talk about how bad the weather is and how hot the water is and how difficult Florida fishing is, and then we got a front coming in, but you know what? It is what it is. There are lots of reasons why fishing is difficult right now and it plagues everybody. But there are people that go out there and get it done, and I didn't get it done today, and that's okay. Freaking loved this lake as far as a wildlife standpoint is concerned. The fishing, I might have to come back and try it when it's a little bit more favorable for Florida fishing, but the wildlife was incredible. Birds were flying everywhere, even though bass weren't popping the top of the water, but some fish were popping the top of the water all day long. If I had to guess, I think it was tilapia. And then we had a lot of cool gators that we saw. Had one little guy named Fred. He came up and hung out with me for about 30 minutes and would sneak up on me, and I'd go off somewhere else and he would swim up behind me and check me out again. So Fred was cool. And then there's a local airport near here, and so we got to see a couple big planes take off from there, and they were flying really, really low. So that was cool to see as well. Not bad at all as far as the wildlife. It's nice to get out into rural Florida and fish a lake that's not docks around the entire thing. Right now we are headed into some weather. I'm hoping we can get back in time so we don't get soaked or zapped or anything like that. But we have a massive storm coming up in front of us. So hopefully we can get back, dock it in, and stay dry. But we're definitely headed into some mess. So fingers crossed for safe travels. And I will update you guys when we get loaded up and back in the truck. So, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. The wind picked up on the way back and it's going crazy. It's probably 15, 20 mile an hour winds. The waves are crazy on this shallow lake. And the Old Town 136 is just chopping these things up. We are busting these things. I'm getting splashed in the face. My pants are soaked. But you know what? I'm almost having more fun right now riding through this than I was fishing most of the day. This kayak does not cease to make me smile. Alright y'all, so we are loaded up and on the way home. Just said bye to Josh. He's headed back to Orlando and I'm headed back to Mikasa. Overall, I had a lot of fun today, if I'm being honest. The fishing was really, really tough. It was hot early and they just weren't biting. It didn't really matter what you threw at them. They weren't having it. So that really had my head spinning after a couple hours of trying different things, and it just got to a point where I kind of threw my hands up and I was like, I don't know kind of what to throw. So I just went with some confidence baits and tried to drum something up, but never really was able to pull anything out of it. I'd say the ride back was honestly the funnest part of the whole trip, at least for me. Josh was able to pull out his biggest fish for the monthly tournament he's doing, so that's a bonus for him. For me, I had a blast on the way back. When we started out, we had some thunderstorms roll in on us, and we kind of split two storms. There was one to the north and there was one to the south, and we caught the wind off of the one on the south. And as you saw, the waters were choppy and the kayak was just busting right through it. It was so crazy. And it was such a blast. And just taking videos, chopping it up with Josh, and joking and making memes and everything. It was fun. We tried to hit a couple points on the way back once we got back to the creek. And again, nothing biting. So we loaded up and called it a day. All in all, it was a good day. Any day that you get to go out and be on the water is a good day. But it was really, really cool to see all of the wildlife. We had Fred the gator that hung out with us, and then lots and lots of birds. Man, it was crazy to see all the aquatic living birds, if that's the correct term to put on them. But it was a lot of fun. Really, really cool to just hang out in rural Florida and not be around docks all the time. So I'm pretty happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little cataloging or vlog of the trip. It wasn't anything really, really special. It wasn't a big trip like when we went to Okeechobee. But if you guys checked in and tuned in, I appreciate you viewing. Hopefully you found it interesting, and I gave great chronicles of what happened on the water today. Hopefully we'll get into some fish, and I can show you guys some fishing, some videos of fish in the future, but Florida's tough right now. So appreciate you guys tuning in. If you would, please like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe. I really, really, really want to try and build the brand as much as I can. Hopefully I'm worth following. I can be funny sometimes. But appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys have a great day, and I hope you have a good work week.